I'm sure you've heard the news. The future is here, and it's electrifying. On this channel we dive deep into the world of electronics repair and reviews, making tech accessible and exciting for everyone. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, we've got something for you. From fixing your broken gadgets to reviewing the latest tech, we cover it all with a beginner-friendly approach. Imagine fixing that old smartphone yourself, or knowing which gadget is worth your hard-earned money. Join our growing community of tech lovers where learning and fun go hand in hand. With easy-to-follow tutorials, in-depth reviews, and a splash of humor, you'll be empowered to tackle electronics like a pro. So, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications, because you won't want to miss our upcoming videos. Let's explore, repair, and reimagine the world of electronics together. Welcome to Electrotechnics, your go-to for electronics. Join our growing community of tech lovers where learning and fun go hand in hand. Alright, so you open the kitchen door ready to grab something delicious or maybe start prepping for dinner. You walk over to that big box humming quietly in the corner, a staple in nearly every modern kitchen. And bam! Ice cream, the ultimate comfort food, waiting patiently for its moment. Frozen pizzas, a quick and easy meal for those busy weeknights, and maybe a mystery container from 2018, its contents a culinary enigma wrapped in ice. We've all got one of those, right? But have you ever stopped to think, amidst the frozen delights and forgotten leftovers, what exactly a freezer? What makes it so essential to our modern lives? And how does this frosty magic actually work? How does it keep our food preserved for weeks, even months? Let's break it down and explore the fascinating science behind this everyday appliance. At its core, a freezer is just a super cool refrigerator. Literally. Think of it as a refrigerator on steroids, pushing the boundaries of cold. While fridges keep stuff just above freezing, creating a cool environment to slow down spoilage, freezers drop the temperature way down, creating a deep freeze that essentially puts food in suspended animation, usually to about 0 degrees Fahrenheit or -18 Celsius. That's the sweet spot for long-term food preservation. That's cold enough to keep bacteria from throwing a party on your leftovers. It essentially halts their growth and reproduction, so your food lasts way longer, preventing waste and saving you money in the long run. It's like hitting the pause button on the aging process of your food. But how does a freezer get that cold, consistently maintaining those sub-zero temperatures? It all comes down to some clever science with a little help from physics, working together in a beautifully orchestrated dance of heat transfer. Inside every freezer, there's a closed loop called the refrigeration cycle, a continuous process that keeps the cold coming. Here's how it goes. First, there's a liquid refrigerant, a special fluid designed to absorb and release heat efficiently. It's kind of like the blood of the freezer, constantly circulating and carrying heat away from the interior. This refrigerant flows through coils inside the walls, strategically placed to maximize heat absorption. A compressor, think of it as the heart of the system, pressurizes the refrigerant, increasing its temperature, turning it into a hot gas, ready to release its heat. That gas travels through coils outside the freezer, usually located at the back or bottom of the appliance, where it dumps its heat into your kitchen, which is why the back of your freezer often feels warm. Once it cools down, the refrigerant heads inside, ready to start the cooling process all over again. Expanding and turning cold, as it absorbs heat from the freezer's interior. That coldness gets sucked out of the refrigerant and into the freezer, lowering the temperature inside, keeping everything inside frosty and perfectly preserved. It's a continuous cycle of heat removal, ensuring your food stays frozen solid. Now, how is a freezer actually made? What goes into constructing this essential appliance? First, you start with a metal shell, usually steel or aluminum, forming the outer structure of the freezer. Insulation, like thick foam, is packed between the outer shell and the inner liner, creating a barrier against heat, to trap cold air inside, preventing it from escaping and keeping the freezer energy efficient. Next, those all-important refrigerant coils are carefully arranged in the walls and floor, ensuring optimal cooling performance. The compressor and a fan are added, forming the heart of the refrigeration system and circulating air for even cooling. Then wired up to a thermostat that acts as the freezer's brain, monitoring and regulating the temperature, keeping the temperature steady and ensuring your food stays frozen at the perfect temperature. They test it for leaks, ensuring the refrigerant stays contained within the closed loop. Slap on a door with a tight rubber seal, so cold air doesn't escape, maintaining the internal temperature and preventing energy waste. And finally, add all the shelves and drawers for your frozen snacks and meal preps, organizing the interior for easy access. That's basically it, a complex system simplified into an appliance we often take for granted. So the next time you reach for a popsicle on a hot summer day, just remember, you're not just opening a box, you're opening a gateway to preserved goodness. You're using a marvel of engineering that's quietly fighting off time and bacteria, keeping your food safe and delicious. One frosty breath at a time, preserving your favorite foods for whenever you need them. Stay cool, and I'll catch you in the next one.